part two of my update is some books I've got recently from a second-hand shop, which is pretty good. Just to say, general interest books. They're all very cheap, so they might helpful. But I thought I'll post them as well. So I've got the first one is Medieval Roads for Britain. Now it's by Shire Archaeology, Brian Paul Hindle. It was £2, so I don't think you can go far wrong. It's just an interesting. It looked quite an interesting book, and it's got all these sort of roads of Britain, which is quite interesting for, particularly when you're doing things like thinking about campaigns and what routes people would take for them, particularly things like Wars of the Roses, and yeah, I say for £2, I don't think I could go wrong for that, and certainly it's got a sort of historical and wargaming interest for me, because I've often wondered to what extent they use Roman roads, and I know the Great North Road is adjacent to Watling Street and stuff like that, or the Ermine Street, is it? Anyway, so roads are often alongside Roman roads and obviously drove roads, all these sort of things. And I know the West Country, where my Duke of Monmouth campaign is based, or project, the roads weren't that established once you've got beyond Exeter, and they're certainly not that established. I think from to Dorchester is where the sort of best roads ended. Beyond that, I'm not wholly sure, but they do from Axminster, which is where one of the towns nearby, which featured in the early part of the Monmouth Rebellion. They had newly established the King's Highway for the Royal, not, I don't know if it's Royal Mail at that time. I don't think it would have been, but certainly for the mail coaches to run up to and from London, or the stagecoaching and stuff like that. So the stagecoach routes were established. So one would imagine those roads or tracks would have been serviced to a degree. But anyway, all very interesting. So another book I got was this was again for, how much was this one? This was slightly more, I think, this one. This was £2 as well. It's The Foot Regiments of the Imperial Guard by Michael G. Head, Altmark Publications. Now, I thought this was quite good, really, for £2. It's got lots of diagrams, images, and it's also got some colour plates for the uniforms. Yeah, and I just thought from a Wargamer's point of view, I don't think you can go far wrong for £2. And I am actually interested in perhaps doing a Imperial Guard core for my 15mm, if I can find the right figures to do that with. So that might be something for the future, but I thought it was a good book, and it's certainly worth more than £2. And similarly, by the same author, French Napoleonic Lancer Regiments. So I will be going back to this shop, see if I can find more of these, because they do look very, very good. For £2, I think you can go far wrong at all with that. And then Osprey for, what's this? Northwest Frontier, £5. A period I am interested in, and something maybe for the future. It's got some colour plates again, very sort of standard Osprey kind of thing. So yeah, an area, something I'm interested in. And then finally, something I'm not so interested in at the moment, but I just thought it was, again, for, how much was it? For £4.99. It's the Nicopolis 1396, The Last Crusade, and it's a Osprey campaign title. It's better look. It's obviously been in a window or something, because the outside cover is quite faded, but the actual book itself is all quite up to speed, and yeah, I'll read that at some point, and no doubt find it very interesting. Not a period I'm very familiar with, the later Crusades, so I'm sure it was a disaster. That's probably why I don't know much about it, but that's that. Okay, so that's it. Just a brief update for my what books I got recently. Thank you. Bye.